Hello friends, welcome once again to OBAAPA'S recipes. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make simple but delicious Ghanaian bean stew. So let's get started. So what I did here is just I added about 1 cup of black eye beans and I just wash it. So I'm going to fill that pot with a lot of water and then we're going to turn our stove into a low medium heat, and that's what we're going to use to cook our beans. So let's cover and have it boil for about 30 minutes. Alright, so on this side, we're gonna cut some vegetables. So I'm gonna start by cutting some onions, and that is what we're gonna use to prepare our stew. So as we go along, I'm going to show you the ingredients that I'm going to use to make this recipe. So next I have here habanero pepper and also garlic. Alright, so next I'm going to be adding some fish. So I have here salted fish or stockfish. And in Ghana, we usually call this momone. That is where you get all the great flavors in that food. So that's what I'm adding here. So next, I'm going to cut the half onion. And that's what I'm going to use to start with the stew. So on this part, I'm going to use some tomato sauce, but if you prefer to use fresh tomatoes, you can as well. Alright friends, I'm just done blending my pepper. So on this part, we're going to enjoy the bean stew with ripe plantain. Mainly in Ghana, that is what we usually eat the stew with. Or even if you prefer to eat that with rice or yam or plantains, it's just up to you what you really want to eat. So I'm just going to peel the skin off and then I'm going to wash it and I'm going to cut that into small sizes. So what I'm going to do with this plantain, usually we deep fry them. That's how we use it. So on this part, the beans is almost done. So I'm going to start making the stew. So I just added my pot and I'm going to add here some oil. You can use palm oil if that's what you have in your kitchen. So after you let it heat up for about a minute, you can just go ahead and add your salted fish or your stockfish in here and then leave it to cook for about a minute. So on this part, beans is definitely done. How to tell? It's gonna be really tender, and when you feel it, you can tell that it is soft. It means it's done. So okay, let's go ahead and finish our stew. So I'm gonna add here the half onion that I just cut and let it cook for a few minutes. So after a few minutes, go ahead and add your spices or your hot pepper, and that is what I'm adding in here. And after you add, let it cook for about 5 to 6 minutes, and then you can just go ahead and then add your tomatoes. Alright, so now the beans is done. So usually I just strain the water out. That's how I like it. That way it's easier. So on this part, I'm just gonna add my tomato sauce in here, and then we're gonna leave it to cook for about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on the amount that you're making. Okay, so when it comes to the spices, you can use any spices that you have in your pantry. Usually that's why I always say, like, feel free and use any spices of your preference, you know what I mean? Because everybody have different spices and what they really love. Okay, so on this stew, you're gonna add here some fish, or you can add your fresh mackerel, smoked mackerel, whatever fish that you have available. And this is the best time that you can actually add your fish, and then just leave it to cook for about 5 minutes, and it's gonna be done soon. Alright, so our beans is ready. So at this point, you can just go ahead and add your beans, and then give it a very nice and smooth stir. That's what you want. And I'm telling you, friends, this stew is absolutely amazing. It smells so nice. Like, the house is smelling really good. And this part, our plantain is already done. So I'm just gonna take them out and then we're gonna dish them out. So this is how we usually enjoy our bean stew with ripe plantain. So friends, I hope you truly enjoyed this recipe. If you did, please make sure that you try at home, and also don't forget to share this recipe for us, and don't forget to like our page. So I see you again. Have a blessed day and stay safe.